Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite movie-based podcast. This is An Evening at the Movies. I am your excited to be here, as always, co-host Casey B. Before I get, well, no, we'll introduce the co-host and then we'll come back to the every episode tagline. But my favorite co-host is back with us. Hi, co-host. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing okay. I'm here. I'm hanging in. Excuse me. COVID's almost gone. Woo! Now if I could just get rid of this.
Woo-hoo. So, like I said, as everybody knows, this is the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, we drink the watered down sodas, and we talk about all of our favorite movies and why we love them, or in certain special instances, favorite actors and why we love them. But
Yeah.
I will get to that in a second. But before we get into all of that, though, I just want to shout out to everybody who watched the live feeds from last week and participated and enjoyed before the release day releases of said episodes. Both the Christine episode and Firestarter episode that we recorded with Harvey last week has been viewed over 300 times.
Sorry.
Added together. So, definitely that's a huge number for us, and I'm glad that you guys watched and enjoyed all parts or whatever the case may be, but still you watched, and that's what the key thing is. So we love our listeners, we love the hundreds, so thank you guys for being here each and every week. You guys are freaking amazing, and you'll get a thank you again at the end of the episode, but I digress. So how has your week gone, co-host?
Oh, it's been all right. Just, recovering from COVID and my surgery and starting to feel, sorry, still got a cough. Now it's like just leftover cough and also asthma part of it, but I feel a lot better today, so that's good.
So I feel this week I need to double check and make sure Jack and Pearl are nowhere near Springfield, Ohio.
No, they were cozied up on the bed together, making sure they each stay safe from being eaten. I can report that both animals are safe and will not be consumed by any humans. So
I know we don't do politics on An Evening at the Movies, but that was just a priceless moment from our current situation that had to be addressed.
they're eating the cats and dogs.
I have great rallies. I have amazing rallies. No, we're not going down that rabbit hole. That's a whole another. I mean, it's fun to have lighthearted chuckles considering the subject of today's episode.
Yeah.
But yes. So we interrupt our current schedule of Stephen King Birthday Bonanza 4 to this very special episode. For those of you who do not know, and I have a hard time believing in this day and age, nobody knows or has heard about this because it happened 4 days ago. But on Monday, the movie loving world lost one of the true icons in all of cinema when James Earl Jones passed away. So Amanda and I figured we would take a brief, well, not brief, because we're gonna pay the man the respect that he deserves to be paid, because very few people have the recognizability of this man, and he deserves the respect. So that's
Yeah.
what we're going to do this episode. We're not necessarily going to talk about a movie and review it like normal, but we're going to talk about an actor and his amazing career. So definitely 100%. Um, I had a busy week this week and I did not get the chance to put together the video tribute that I was going to do. So shame on me for that. But
Oh well, I have one. I you should have said something.
oh yeah, you did. Well, okay. So if I mean, we probably still can continue the episode. And if my amazing co host would like to send me her copy, I can flip over and download it and we can share it with everybody later in the episode.
It's a TikTok. Do you think I can just send you? You probably can't download that, huh? I have to make it a video. I may not be able to do that while we're talking because I probably have
Oh,
to use
yeah.
Canva. Well, I don't know. Let me see. Let's talk, and I'll look at
But
that while I'm.
either way, if we can't do it, then I will definitely get all the information and I will share said video with the group and the Twitters and the YouTube, wherever I can share the co-host video, we will share it so that everybody can experience the wonderment that is all of that. Um, so yes, so the idea that we came up with while we were talking about it on Monday was to just make sure we hit on the iconic roles that um, Mr. Jones had throughout his career.
Yeah.
Um, there, I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about two Pacific, no, specific roles, and I feel like
Please
we
don't.
should probably save those for the end because those everybody knows what those freaking roles are, and we're we'll talk about them, but let's save those for the end. Um, is there one in particular that you would like to kick off? I mean, his list of movies that he's been in is long and distinguished. Not
Don't do it.
going to make the same joke I made last week, though. But
Um.
for those of you that just really quick, I'm not going to run down everything, but for those of you that don't know, Three Fugitives, Fantasia 2000, Soul Man, Meteor Man, The Great White Hope, A Family Thing, Patriot Games Robots, Claudine, Best of the Best, Sandlot, Hunt for Red October, Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins, Doctor Strange, Clear and Present Danger, Field of Dreams, and of course, um, along with, well, coming to America, coming to America, Lion King, and Star Wars.
Yeah.
So there's, like I said, a long and distinguished career that deserves to be paid attention to. And thank you for the like, Mr. Joey Rice Jr. But so, which movie would you like to tackle first, co-host?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I haven't seen Field of Dreams in a really long time, but I think that was definitely a really iconic role for him. Um, and people kind of forgot about that movie, I think, but I don't know. I loved how
I think that movie. I think that movie gets slept on a lot,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's definitely one of those iconic baseball movies.
yeah, for sure, for sure. No, so yeah, I mean, I love his character, how he's just like, who the hell are you? Peace, love, and dope. But then he's like the voice of reason and the voice of every, just I feel like James Earl Jones is always the voice of reason, except for when he's Darth Vader. But still, he's just you always know something amazing is gonna be said when he starts talking. Like it's just great.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
no.
That's my video.
Speaking speaking of Darth Vader, um,
Yep.
no, I mean obviously, well, not even. I mean, because there's some other we've seen him in where he wasn't necessarily the voice of reason, but I feel like we'll get to talk about that movie as well because again, definitely the three movies that I'm thinking about are some of the most iconic movies of all time, even if the third
Yeah, for
movie
sure.
is not the star's number one favorite movie or number one greatest movie of all time, and I will fight Dre over that one. So, um, but yeah, Field of Dreams, his performance, and even Kevin Costner's performance, and I'm not a huge Kevin Costner fan by any stretch of the
What?
imagination. Um, I I can
What?
probably count on my hands how many times on my one hand how many times I've seen a Kevin Costner movie that I thought his performance was amazing.
Hmm.
Well, maybe two. Now that I mean, it really just depends with him. I
What
think
the hell? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening?
of course, Gigi isn't home either.
Why is Instagram audio calling me? And it was okay. What the fuck is happening right now? I am very confused. Uh,
I have no idea, but Instagram needs to realize that we're in the middle of a live episode.
okay. I'm gonna turn my phone off. I don't know what's happening. Power off.
Yeah, I've never had that happen before.
Well, and so with this new Surface, I think I'm going to disconnect my phone from it. George connected so that my phone, like I can get on the Surface, I can get phone calls and text messages, but I don't think I want that. It was Instagram calling me over and over, and it was a person I know at first, and then after that, it just kept saying error, but it just kept calling me. I have no idea what that is. Wow, sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Damn, Gina.
So, all
So
right.
yeah,
Sorry.
but
Where were we?
off to Kevin Costner. bashing,
Oh,
but you know, there, I don't hate everything that he's ever done. There's just I think actors out there that have a more consistent, longer list of reliable quality performances.
whatever.
So,
Anyway,
but well, and the main premise of that movie is one of the most quotable quotes in movie history. If you build it, they will come.
yeah, people will come, Ray. I mean, yeah, we could. There's a lot of movies we could talk about, but I feel like honestly, first of all, being the voice of two of the most iconic characters ever, I think is Mufasa and Darth Vader is kind of what is happening. I am very confused right now. Um, yeah, I mean, the fact that he's not, you don't even see his face in these movies, and his voice is just so recognizable and so, it's crazy how it can be so soothing and then yet also so like evil.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah,
I mean, he's fucking Darth Vader. Like, you don't get much more iconic than that. You just don't.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean, to me, probably three of the most iconic villains of all time are Darth Vader, um, Hannibal Lecter, and Norman Bates.
yeah.
I'm not trying to go down that. I mean, to me, okay. So I feel like we've had this discussion before, but um, to
What is
me, it's
that
an
noise?
easy cop out.
Oh,
Nothing, but
okay.
to me, it's an easy cop out to just go to the oh well, Freddy, Michael Myers, blah 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 blah. I mean, those are obviously quote unquote villains with unhidden agendas.
Well, those are
But
slashers. I don't think that's the same. That's not the same
yeah,
category.
but literally like Hannibal Lecter, Darth Vader, Norman Bates. There's some complexity to the development of that character. So what I opened was a beanie.
Oh, nice.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
We're going
So
to see it tomorrow. That was unnecessary.
mm-hmm. But it was fun. So yeah, well, so the three movies I was thinking about were Coming to America, obviously, Lion King, and Darth Vader. Two of which he's actually physically not even on
Right.
camera
That's
for.
what I was saying.
They're all voiceover work. But that voice, though,
Yeah.
it's so. It's probably well, even to the same extent that I think it was yesterday I saw a news article that before his um before his death, he signed over the rights to his voice so that it can be used through AI to
Interesting.
continue the legacy of, I'm guessing, more to continue the legacy of Darth Vader and Mufasa,
Yeah, I'm sure.
considering that um, the mouse still has lots planned for the Star Wars universe, and I'm guessing with them going back and doing the Mufasa movie now, they probably have lots planned for the Lion King universe as well.
I hope not. There need to be a million Lion King movies.
There really doesn't. I mean, at the end of the, I'm interested in seeing a Mufasa prequel,
Yeah.
but it doesn't need to be done to death like a certain other franchise that James Earl Jones is in. Star Wars. But obviously, cinematically, he's delivered some of the most iconic lines of all time.
Yeah.
Um, he was the voice that delivered the big plot twist in Star Wars,
Yeah.
being the fact that um, no, it was not Obi-Wan killed your father. The line was, "No, I am your
I
father."
am your father. Yeah.
Also, that spawned one of the most heart-shattering freaking tweets that I've ever read in my entire life. Monday after James Earl Jones passed away, Mark Hamill tweeted, "R.I.P. Dad."
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I know.
right in the heart.
Yeah.
That for those people that know me and understand, we've talked about, my favoriteest movies of all time before, and you guys all know that probably the top four are The Crow, Green Mile, Wizard of Oz, and Star Wars. So the news of James Earl Jones passing away on Monday was kind of a big, fat, hefty stomp on the heart.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the guy was 93 years old, but that still doesn't mean that he can't live on forever.
Well, he can't. Nobody lives forever, but at least I
His
mean, he
voice
had a
can for
long
AI.
life and okay. I guess that's true.
I get, but I mean, but you know, like we had talked about, though. I mean, he has the whole, he prolific lines that he's delivered, and some of you know, the voice of reason kind of moments in cinema. But at the same time, even his role in Coming to America, he was not the voice of reason in Coming to America.
Yeah. I mean, he tried to be though. Sow your royal oats. Well, he's like, I I'm more than just a ruler of a country and master of my domain. I'm also a concerned dad.
Who enjoys the royal bathers regularly
Yeah, who doesn't, right?
and having rose petals thrown at his feet and all of that.
My son works. uh, he's so great.
I he's really not in a great significant portion of that movie, but when he's there, his presence is felt.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely had a
You
lasting
could say
effect.
the same thing about even like the Lion King because
He's barely in it. Yeah.
he's yeah, he 5 minutes in the movie and he's gone, and then after that he's got one more scene at the
Yeah.
middle of the movie where
The ghost
he
scene.
shows up in the stars.
Yeah.
Other than I mean, but when he's there, his presence is so prolific that when he shows up, even if it's just orally, he's there
Yeah.
and he makes his presence known. So
Definitely.
not a lot of people can say that they have that kind of talent. So there is that as
Well,
well.
um, I guess like I could Oh crap! I'm trying to email you this video. Story time. My dad was an extra in one of his movies. Which you kind of know this already, but just for the audience.
I see all and I know all.
You know because I told you. Um, so it was
Many times.
1987.
I wasn't meaning that in a rude way. I was just saying you had
Uh,
told me the story a couple of times.
yeah. So it was a movie called Gardens of Stone in 1987. And I honestly I don't wish my dad was watching. He could tell me which base it was. I want to say at that time we were in Maryland, so that's probably where it was. But a lot of the movie was filmed at his army base. So they did a scene in a bar, and my dad and some of his buddies got to be extras. But it sucks because I got to meet James Earl Jones and I met James Caan and Angelica Houston. And I don't remember it. My dad was trying to find pictures, but I'm like, I wish I could. I wish I had that as a core memory because how fucking amazing is that? But
We found the picture of him and James Earl Jones.
yeah, I thought there was one with me, but anyway, that's just a cool little connection that we have that I thought was fun. So
Oh no, that's still. I don't care. You know, that's one of those jealous moments. I, honest to God, would love to say that I wish I got to have a moment like that,
yeah, would be
but
awesome.
it would be awesome. And you know, there's really not. Well, I mean, there is all kinds of stuff that we can uh, share about how great of an actor he was, or how great of a voice he had. And
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I mean, I feel almost like this is going to come across as kind of a hollow statement, considering he signed over his voice to basically be used in AI purposes. But it's definitely not going to be the same. And
no,
uh, he's his voice will be a presence that will be, and he will be missed greatly going forward in the annals of cinema history.
yeah.
So, um,
I loved his guest spot on Big Bang Theory too.
oh
He
God, that was
Sheldon's
that
he's
was
like,
probably one of the most.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me guess, you like Star Wars. And Sheldon's like nodding his head and he's like, let me tell you something. I like Star Wars too. Like
Star
he
Wars.
just completely like and then I saw a clip of him on Will and Grace that I had completely forgotten about, and that was a really funny too. Because it's basically I can't remember the episode. I just saw the clip, but he's playing himself and he's trying to act, and basically Karen's just telling him how much he sucks, and it's really funny. She's like, "I hear Lady Footlocker's hiring." I got to go like
Eh,
look up that episode and watch it because I saw a TikTok and I was like, I completely forgot. But yeah, The Big Bang Theory that was a really good guest spot for him.
well, and it wasn't just that little brief moment either. I mean, there's moments where in throughout that entire episode where they show up and um,
At Carrie Fisher's house.
ding dong dit ding. Yeah, I was gonna say ding dong ditch, Carrie Fisher,
Yeah, that was
and
funny.
it. So it's kind of taking a whole. You get that moment where they meet each other for the first time, and you think, "Oh God, he's going to be one of those." It could be one of, excuse me, moments where you like Star Wars. Well, let me tell you something, and then all of a sudden it turns into one of these moments where he's like a kid in a candy store,
Yeah.
where it's like everybody always assumes that it's going to be something where okay, whatever, blah 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 blah. I'm over this shit, but it's still even at the time 80 something years old, he's happy and enjoys those moments with the fans where people are always coming up to him and saying, sharing their memories and all of that. But
Yeah.
then they still take it to the next. They go do karaoke and they're singing "The Lion
Mhm.
Sleeps Tonight." Like I said, they ding bitch Carrie Fisher and poke fun at that. Ironically, the fun fact about that moment is um, until that moment filming that scene on Big Bang Theory, James Earl Jones and Carrie Fisher had never met face to face before in their entire lives.
What? How is that possible? I mean, I know he was just a voice actor on Star Wars, but I feel like he would have had to have at least been in the room to do lines with them. That doesn't make sense.
Well,
Interesting.
evidently, all of the Darth Vader stuff was done in 2.5 hours in post production.
Hmm.
So all the filming for everything was already done. They just brought in James Earl Jones after filming was done, and
So they just replaced
here,
the voice or whatever. And they were acting with
yeah.
whoever was in the suit. Okay.
hmm
I feel like that doesn't
Which
have as good of an effect, but I don't know.
it really doesn't, in my honest opinion, because I saw, and I've heard it before, but I've saw a TikTok the other day where it's that first scene in A New Hope where um, Darth Vader's talking to uh, the the guards that he captured that are protecting Princess Leia, and it's the actor in the suit's voice, and it's very high pitched and British.
Oh yeah, I've seen
So
that.
it
I know what you're
definitely
talking about. Yeah.
it it doesn't carry the same weight as the you know deep masculine James Earl Jones voice
Yeah.
that he created for that character. So
Yeah.
definitely at the same time there is no way, I mean what he brought to that character definitely helped define the level of icon that that character would become over the last what 40 almost 50 years.
Yeah.
Holy crap. We're old.
Yep. That is true. That's okay. But yeah, he'll be missed for sure. I mean, these movies are movies that'll, at the very least, Star Wars. I don't think anybody will ever forget about Star Wars. Lion King and Coming to America and Field of Dreams and whatever. They may not. I mean, I think Lion King will stand the test of time, but I think Star Wars will always be. It'll just always be a thing. Like he'll always be remembered as the voice of Darth Vader.
of Darth Vader. Well, because even we've had, I had discussions the last couple of days with the guys at work about um, James Earl Jones, and they made reference to the fact that he looks a lot bigger around than Darth Vader looks, and it's like, okay, so that James Earl Jones is not into suit,
Yeah.
but he's Darth Vader, and it's like, no, 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 that's a voiceover. The guy in the suit did not have the voice that George Lucas was looking for when they filmed the movie, so they brought in somebody who had the voice. So there's the whole explanation explaining
These
how,
people didn't know that. Interesting.
yeah, well, I'll explain after the show's over.
That's fine.
But but it, yeah, he Darth Vader will stand the test of time. I feel like Mufasa will stand the test of time. The nice thing is for the next generation coming up, they have people like yourself, myself, Dre, and people like that who will not allow characters like um, King Joffrey or King Joffrey to be forgotten about,
Yeah.
or Field of Dreams, or all the other great stuff that Mr. Jones did throughout his entire career, because people like him deserve to be remembered
Yeah.
for all time. So um, I have an idea in my head before we wrap things up and send it home. So
Okay.
I know we normally do it for the movie that we're talking about, so why not do it for the actor that we're talking about as well? Um, 1 through 5, would you like to rate the greatness that is James Earl Jones?
I mean, for his acting, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, 5 out of 5 for sure.
Well, I mean, it dawned on me after your insulin pump's going off.
Yeah.
It dawned on me after I came up with the idea while we're sitting here talking that um, it probably would not be a good thing to just give him anything less than a 5 out of 5 on a tribute show.
Yeah.
But just in the fact of King Joffrey, Mufasa, Darth Vader alone, those three roles are iconic enough that it 100% warrants a 5 out of 5 red lightsabers
I mean, not
in
to
his
mention that
honor.
he's a Tony winner as well. Oh, that's another thing on the Will and Grace episode where he was talking about, he's like, something about my Tonys. And she's like, oh, honey, that's just something they give away to keep all the gays off the street for one night. Uh,
Oh my
and
god,
then she's talking
that
about Jack, and he's
show
like,
was
you think I
so
could,
inappropriate.
yeah. He's like, you think I could get into his class? Talking about Jack. It was funny. It's like, you can't compare yourself to Jack McFarlane. But yeah, I mean, he was a very versatile
What?
actor. So,
Absolutely 100%. I mean, it almost seems tragic that the fact that he only has an honorary Oscar,
yeah.
because you would think with his ability that there would at least be one out there somewhere, but it's just the honor. And just having an honorary Oscar is nothing to shake a stick at either. So,
Yeah.
you know, at least he's got some kind of recognition from the Academy.
Yeah.
So, 1,000,000% definitely rest in peace, James Earl Jones. You will be missed.
Yes.
We are sorry that you are gone. Um, with all of that said, though, like I said earlier, we can't end the episode without 100% saying thank you to the listeners for being here each and every week. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. You guys are helping an evening at the movies grow like there's no tomorrow. And at the same time, I have a question for all these people that are listening to an evening at the movies or watching an evening at the movies. Why are you not jumping over and watching and listening to the Sip List? It is a great show that I'm on more often than I'm not. You need to watch, you need to listen. I challenge you to do, I assign homework. Go watch and listen to 5 episodes of the Sip List tonight.
Maybe not all in one night. That's like 5 hours of podcast to listen to. I would understand if you didn't have that kind of time,
That
but yeah,
that
check it out.
some of those early podcasts with you and I, that's like 3.5 hours of podcasting.
Yeah,
Well, after you edited it down to like an hour and a half. So,
yeah.
is there potentially anything coming up on the SIP list that you would like the listeners to know about?
I don't know yet. I need to just start sharing some old episodes right now because I'm still in
Reminding the listeners
a
you're out
hiatus.
there.
Yeah. So yeah, go check out some old episodes and hopefully we'll be back soon with some new stuff.
Hopefully, very soon. Like, get off your lazy ass, Josh, and text back.
Sure he's working.
Oh, I'm sure. And if I was being 100% serious, that would be a totally different thing, but I'm not.
Yeah.
We kid, we poked a sleeping bear. So, we will be I'm going to drop this episode immediately after ending the live. So there will be that. So with that said, an evening at the movies, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled Stephen King birthday bonanza on Wednesday. So check out our episode where we sat down with Harvey and talked about Firestarter. The week after that, we'll be talking about Cat's Eye, and then we've got the Literature Reapers crossover coming on September 30th, where we will be talking about The Stand with everybody's favorite Reaper, Miss Shanna Banana.
Mm.
So all of that is coming up. Halloween Horror Fest. Thanks Grisham in November. There's all kinds of stuff coming up. So definitely stay tuned and follow, like, subscribe, download all of the shenanigans. We appreciate all the love. So,
Yep, yep.
with all of that said, I think there's only one thing left to do, and that would be to turn the floor over to my co host, who does the thing like she does the thing, and only she can do it because it doesn't work the same when I do it. So,
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry about the road noise. And we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
peace and hair grease.